So the Australian Open tennis players have come under fire this week for their comments, number of them expressing their disappointment, how terrible it is that they've been put into hotel quarantine for 2 weeks. And social media erupted. People are very upset with these tennis players, saying they're selfish, they're coming from a place of privilege. We've just gone through such a difficult time here in Victoria, and they shouldn't be complaining. Now, Novak Djokovic, of course a very popular and well-known tennis player, also came under fire for his comments of the same sentiment, saying that it's not fair and so on. But I came across this morning an apology and an explanation by Novak, which I think really struck a chord with me and connected to something which I was reading in the Parshat this week. Novak explained that he wasn't being selfish. He cares about his fans. He understands what Victoria's been through. But what he was trying to express was to try and find ways to help his fellow tennis players. He said he comes from a place of privilege. He was given different conditions than the others. Obviously being world number one and being somebody who's a very popular player, he was able to train more, a bigger apartment. And so he was trying to use his influence to try and assist those tennis players who may not be at the top ranking, who may not have the position and power that he has. I thought that was very profound. And as I said, there's a related teaching in our parasha, Parshat Bo. The Egyptians are going through the 10 plagues. One of the plagues is the plague of darkness, the plague of choshech. Now, our sages tell us that the darkness was so thick that they couldn't even move the Egyptians. They were almost stuck in place. And so the question is, how did they eat? How did they nourish themselves? So some of the commentators explain that in fact it was the Jewish people who came and assisted them. They gave them to drink, they gave them to eat. Think about that. These were their tormentors. These were the people who had enslaved them. Yet the Jewish people said, we now have the ability to assist you, to help you. We can move around freely. We're going to show you what kindness and compassion is all about. I think that's so profound, and I guess what Novak was doing as well. How many times in our lives do we really look at ourselves and say, what has Hashem given me? What gifts do I have? What abilities do I have? What freedoms do I have that I can assist another human being? Do we take it all for granted? Do we say, I've got this, I'm in a position of power, I'm in a position of influence, it's all good for me, I don't care what happens to anyone else? Of course, that's not the right attitude. We need to behave like our ancestors did in the times of Egypt when they were enslaved, and yet they were willing to look at saying, what do I have right now? How can I help another human being? How can I assist them? And they did it under such difficult conditions. So let us all look at our own lives. Let us all think about what Hashem has given us. Each of us perhaps have something that we can help another person. Even if we don't have a lot, there'll be someone who at times is worse off than us. Let's think how we can help our fellow human beings. So well done, Novak, for trying to help your fellow tennis players. It's a great attitude. All of us should try and do the same. And of course, those who are selfish, take a hard look in the mirror and think about how can I rather help someone else instead of thinking about me all the time. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a great weekend ahead.